by the compere who just introduced me. My name is Aristotle Onumo. I'm actually the Director, Stakeholder Management and Partnerships. And I'm here to represent my Director General, Kashifu, Inuwa Abdullahi, who is well known in the industry as not only as a reformer and as a visionary leader, but also as a strategist, especially within the tech ecosystem. So I'm here to deliver his address. I also want to say that if there is any error in what I'm delivering, I take responsibility. And if there is anything that has to do with respect, accolade, and recognition, that goes to my Director General. But I would like to start with a story. Just yesterday, I was at an event where I was to give a speech as I'm doing now. And I witnessed something very significant and very unique. And I want to believe that the same thing is what is going to happen, or what is happening, or what will happen as a result of this engagement. A young man, about 2 years ago, attended a hackathon. Well, that hackathon was a situation where he was trying to convert a video to text. Now, he went through the hackathon. That was 2 years ago. Now, after the hackathon, that young man won an award. He won a prize. But he didn't stop there. He continued. I'm here to announce to you that yesterday, that young startup, his startup was announced and was acquired by a blue tech technology just yesterday. And I want to believe, I'm bringing that to you, that if you're here this morning as a young man, if you're here as a startup, if you're here as a venture capitalist, an investor, the opportunities are numerous. I also want to believe that there are many young men as much as that, especially in this room, especially in Niger Delta, who will be aspiring and who is looking forward to that his own startup is going to be acquired by some young investors, by some young venture capitalists, and it can happen now. That's why I want to use the opportunity to say thank you so much for inviting Nitha at this event. I'm really excited and I'm highly privileged to be at the Port Harcourt Tech Expo 2026. Let me begin by commending the organizers. For decades, economies were built around physical assets. The wealth of nations was measured by oil wells, factories, mines, and infrastructure. Today, the world's most valuable assets are increasingly invisible. They are ideas, they are innovation, they are data, they are algorithms, they are talents. The new economy is not driven by what lies beneath the ground, but what resides within the mind of the people. And I want to tell you that what is in the mind these days is far much greater than what we mind. And this is why I believe that the future of Nigeria will not be determined by the resources we extract, but by the knowledge we create. As we all know, digital economy has become one of the most powerful drivers of global prosperity. According to World Bank, it has influenced close to about 15% of global GDP. Only artificial intelligence alone have been estimated to add close to about $15.7 trillion to global economy by the year 2030. So also, from McKinsey's analysis, it is estimated that generative AI is going to add between $2.6 trillion and $4.4 trillion to the annual global productivity. The World Economic Forum projects that technology transformation will create millions of jobs, new jobs globally, while fundamentally reshaping every industry and to make global competitiveness a reality. The question before us today, and the question before Nigerians today, is will you be and will we be consumers of this future? Or are we going to be the creators of it? I want to believe that today, these answers could be found in this room. For decades, Niger Delta, as we all know, has powered Nigeria's economy. Its resources have fueled industries, generated revenue, and supported national development. However, the future presents a new opportunity. The Niger Delta can become more than an energy hub. It can become an innovation hub. It can become a talent hub. It can become a technology hub. And it can become Africa's leading center for energy technology, artificial intelligence, fintech, and cybersecurity. The organizers of this expo has described a vision of building a Silicon Click, a technology ecosystem that harnesses the immense talent and entrepreneurial spirit of this region. The vision aligns with NIDA's commitment of ensuring that digital opportunities is distributed equitably across all geopolitical zones. Our strategy is very clear. Inclusiveness is our key. We have the vision of ensuring that Nigeria is made an IT capable nation, fostering inclusive economic development through technological innovation. Inclusiveness is our key. It's our derivative, and that's what we stand for. And that's why we have consistently in the deployment of our own infrastructure considered equitable distribution of services and infrastructure across all geopolitical zones. Why talent is the new oil. Ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria's greatest resource is not petroleum, it is people. With close about 240, 250 million, and 70% of that is under the age of 30. That becomes a very unique demographic, and that can be regarded as our factor endowment. And if that is the case, Nigeria remains among, if not, the largest youth population across the globe. And this demographic advantage can also be a challenge if we do not appropriately harness it. If this demographic advantage is properly equipped, these young people can become innovators. They can become entrepreneurs. They can become software engineers. But if we fail to invest in them, we risk running our demographic advantage into a demographic challenge. And that's why in NIDA, we have made digital literacy and skill development a national priority and a national imperative. What we have done is, according to our strategic roadmap and action plan, which has 8 strategic pillars. Now, the first pillar in that roadmap is to foster digital literacy and cultivate talent. And what we are doing in that respect is to ensure that at least 70% of Nigerians are digitally literate by the year 2027. We're not stopping at that. What pattern are you following? What strategy are you following to achieve this? What we are doing is doing a collaborative approach. And in that collaborative approach, we are collaborating with NYSC. Now, because we believe that NYSC is resident in across the 774 local government areas in Nigeria. Now, if we train 80 digital literacy champions of that NYSC, we have 4 streams in a year, and that 4 streams gives us close about 80 times 4. It gives us, having close about 480 digital literacy champions who are expected to train at least 2 people each in the local government area where they are found every day. And if you make that calculation, we are likely going to get, for the informal sector, to have close about 10.1 million people trained every year. And if you calculate that for 3 years, we are likely going to have 30 million Nigerians of the informal sector trained every year. So we didn't stop at that as well. As it is today, we have what we call the National Digital Literacy Framework. And we have succeeded in ensuring that that framework has been incorporated in the national curriculum. So as it is today, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, the national curriculum in education now has digital literacy as part of its curriculum. So from primary 1 up to the university level, it is expected that by the time you finish even your primary school, you will have had some level of digital literacy competence. By the time you finish secondary school, you have also been equipped enough that if you decide to go into the society, you'll be very relevant in contributing your own quota in that of digital economy. We're also working with NUC. Now, we have started a pilot scheme with the National State University, where we have also introduced digital literacy as a foundational GST course in the university. So by the time you finish your year one, you will have had a certification from Cisco equipping you and ensuring that you are competent enough to participate and also practicalize digital literacy within the Nigerian economy. That's what we are doing to make digital literacy a national priority. Because every digitally empowered citizen is a contributor to national prosperity. Now, we cannot continue to talk and talk alone. We hear discussions, we hear conversations, but it's the time to move from one level of being a startup to being that of a scale-up. Now, what do I mean by that? Innovation thrives only when ideas meet opportunity. Across Nigeria today, we have startups building great transformative solutions, both in agriculture, healthcare, financial services, education, logistics, and security. Nigeria continues to lead Africa's startup ecosystem, attracting significant venture capital investment and producing globally recognized technology companies. But our ambition must go beyond creating startups. We must create scale-ups. And that's why I want to encourage the investors that are here today, especially those venture capitalists who are present here, to be able to bring out their money and make commitments to the young startups who are building amazing solutions. We build companies that serve not only Nigeria, but Africa and the world. The next global technology giant could emerge from Lagos. The next AI breakthrough could emerge from Port Harcourt. The next unicorn could emerge from Niger Delta. And the next generation of innovators may be in this room today. If you are there to be the next generation of innovators, can I hear your voice? Can I hear your voice? I believe that you are going to be one of those people, as happened to Yan GPT that was bought over yesterday. Your company will also be acquired by a bigger company, and you are going to make progress in your in the area of your digital inspiration. Now, artificial intelligence presents one of the greatest opportunities of our generation. AI is helping farmers to predict crop yield. It is helping doctors to detect diseases earlier. It is improving financial inclusion. It is also enhancing cybersecurity. But AI is not merely a technology issue. It is also an economic issue, a governance issue, a workforce issue, and ultimately a human issue. That's why Nigeria is pursuing a balanced approach, one that promotes innovation, ensuring ethical, inclusive, and responsive AI development. Now, as most of you may have been aware, about 2-3 years ago, the agency through the ministry nationally gathered close about 120 experts in development of AI strategy. So Nigeria has a robust AI strategy at the moment, with the vision of becoming an AI leader by harnessing the use of transformative technology through inclusive development and also inclusive innovation. And in that AI, the focus is on 3 strategic areas. Number 1 is economic growth. Number 2 is that of social development. And number 3 is that of technology enhancement. And it is anchored on 5 strategic pillars, ranging from adoption to infrastructure and also to ethical and governance. That's what that tells you, that Nigeria is on the right track in terms of AI development. And since that 2 years, 3 or 2 years up to now, there have been significant development in the area of infrastructure investment. I can tell you through that, because of that strategy, close about $1.8 billion investment has come into the AI infrastructure. We have also trained close about 7,000 AI certification in AI. Not only that, also, we have ensured that we build what we call an AI collective, a knowledge repository where those data sets, knowledge can also be harnessed. We are not also stopping at that. We have also increased a level of partnership that we're having with global partners as a result of that strategy. That means equip yourself, enhance yourself, get yourself acquainted with the strategy, and know that Nigeria has a definite path to follow in terms of AI strategy. We also know that we have several SPVs that are supporting startups. We have the ONDI, Office of National Digital Innovation, that are supporting startups. So reach out to us through those offices and be able to benefit from the Nigerian Startup Act that provides areas and specific areas that has to do with incentive, has to do with startup labeling, and has to do with creating opportunity for every startup to be able to scale up. The power of Syntropy. The essence of Syntropy is synergy. No government can transform the economy alone. Just 3 minutes, please. No startup can build an ecosystem alone. No investor can create prosperity alone. Transformation occurs when institutions work together, when innovators collaborate, when academias build partners with industry, when government creates enabling policies, when investors provide patient capitals, and when citizens seek to build a future where collaboration multiplies impact, a future where innovation solves real problems, a future where technology creates opportunity for all. That's the future we desire to see. And now the conversation we want to see from this room today. And finally, before I close, I want to say this. History will remember this generation for one thing. Whether we merely witnessed the digital revolution or whether we helped to shape it, I believe Nigeria will shape it. I believe the Niger Delta will contribute significantly to it. And I believe that conversation, partnership, innovation, and opportunity created at this expo will help to accelerate that future. The future is not something we inherit. The future is something we build. Therefore, I want to invite everyone, young and old. I want to invite the entrepreneurs, the venture capitalists, the government people that are seated here. I want to invite the industrialists, the investors. Come. NIDA is open. Come and partner with us. Come and collaborate with us. We believe that collaboration helps to massify impact. Partnership can help us to build collective intelligence. And therefore, let us join hands together to build a digital Nigeria with digital Africa. Thank you very much for listening.